Yeah, I can't hear anything at all, but
Well, we're
yeah,
being quiet.
hear me.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Please start off. Mike. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can't hear anything at all, but I hope you can hear me. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Shinji.
Yeah. Okay. Please start the presentation.
I mean, I don't need to hear anything. The main thing is that you can hear me, of course. And that everybody in the room can hear me, which would be good.
Yes.
So if you can't turn on the audio, just tell me when to start giving my talk and I will do it.
We can hear you.
We can hear clearly.
Is that AL? What does
Yeah.
is it AL? We can hear you. Thanks, AL. Okay.
Let's go.
AL gave me the perfect feedback there. Giant text on his phone, so that was cool. Then, should you say thumbs up if I should start?
Yeah.
Shall I start?
Yeah.
Let's go. So, hello everybody. Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu from Germany. I really wanted to join the events this year in Tokyo. The last time I was in Japan was 25 years ago, so unfortunately I couldn't this year for various reasons, but I hope to join next year's Asia conference. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about marketing LibreOffice, what we do with the Document Foundation for marketing, how marketing is changing as well, the different approaches we are taking, and of course, how you can help. We have very active communities in Japan and other places, but we need your help. There are only 2 of us at TDF being paid to do marketing, that's Italo and me, compared to 3,000 people alone in Microsoft's marketing department. So 2 people versus 3,000, very David versus Goliath. But we have you in the community helping as well, and doing often much better things than we can do in the local environments. So most of you know me already, but I work in marketing and community coordination for the Document Foundation. I've been working as a Linux journalist since 1998, and I also like assembly language programming when I can in my spare time. I'm not on social media, but I have my macOS operating system website, which is pretty geeky, but I think some people find it interesting. So I'll talk about a few things today in marketing LibreOffice, product versus community, an important distinction, how the historical approaches to marketing have changed, the current activities we're doing, what we're planning in the future, local marketing activities, which is where you and other people can really, really help and do way more than what I can do, what we can do alone. So what is product versus community? Well, we talk about having 200 million users of LibreOffice, which is very, very nice, but having users alone isn't always so useful, because if nobody's contributing, then nothing will happen to the software. Look at Apache OpenOffice, it still exists. It has millions and millions of users still, which isn't so great, but almost nobody is contributing. It's pretty much dead. No major updates since 2014. So having lots of users alone is a nice goal, because we want people to use LibreOffice. It helps with donations and things, but we actually need contributors. So we, as well as marketing the product, LibreOffice, we market the community. Yeah, telling people LibreOffice doesn't just exist on its own, real people make it. Anybody can contribute. Some people think, oh, I'm not a programmer, how can I contribute to LibreOffice with its 7 billion lines of C++ source code? Man, that's kind of difficult, but we say no, in documentation, marketing, QA, design, there are so many other ways to contribute. And contributing looks good. It's good for you. It's not just nice for the world and nice for open source and free software, to do a good thing, but it's actually really good for you. You can put this on your CV when you are looking for a future career, a future job. You say, I helped out in the LibreOffice project. I did X, Y, and Z. It looks cool because that stuff gets out to tens of millions of users as well. And we know people who've done this, who've come to us, contributed, and said, can you confirm my contributions so I can put it on my CV when I'm applying for a job? And that's a good motivation as well. And we do, for marketing the community and getting volunteers on board, we use volunteering platforms. So there are websites that bring volunteers, connect volunteers with our projects. So here's one from Germany, but we have them in the Finnish language and others as well. But it's a volunteering website where people can look for different tasks to do that match their skills, and then they can contact us. So this shows here how you can get involved with translating, documentation, QA, and so forth. And then people reach us through these websites and set up a call with me or Ilmarie or other people, and then go on to contribute and hopefully stay for a while as well. Excuse me. The historical approach to marketing LibreOffice and many other free open source software tools has been the free as in zero cost aspect. So if you go back when LibreOffice started, or OpenOffice, then the biggest marketing point was, look, free as in zero cost, as in free via Office Suite. It's free, look, it's free, unlike Microsoft. But times are changing. Free is not the biggest selling point now. It's the fact that it's zero cost is still important. I think most people would agree with that. Yeah, that helps to get it out to people. But now when you tell people, look, we have something for free, people say, right, what's the catch? Why is it free? Are you selling my data? Are you using my data to feed an AI engine somewhere? So people are very skeptical about free, zero-cost things, often for very good reason. So we have to be careful about this in our marketing. For saying free things, free, 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 people very rightly say, right, nothing is free in this world, so what are you actually doing? So this is why we focus our marketing more and more on things like data protection, privacy. We market LibreOffice now as the private office suite. Yeah, because the other office suites out there, you don't know what they're doing with their data. There's been lots of controversies about where the data is being stored and things as well. Online office suites, offline office suites, well, they're all pretty much moving online now. So this is a core thing we're doing in our marketing, saying we are the private office suite. And we're zero cost for end users, although the big users we still recommend going to the ecosystem, but the private office suite is our marketing. So look at this. This was a tweet. We're trying to do more on Mastodon and Blue Sky now rather than X and Twitter for obvious reasons, but it's still a big audience, so I wanted to show us a few tweets. Here's one from 2 years ago. Marketing LibreOffice, the privacy aspect, a little infographic, no telemetry, no data mining, no hidden algorithm. It's got 50,000 impressions as well, 700 likes, 220 shares. So we're not talking about it being zero cost there, but say it's open source, it's backed by a non-profit organization. That helps people, that reassures people as well. There's not a company behind it, trying to just make money, but a non-profit. And so, well, look at this tweet from a couple of months ago about the Austrian military moving from Microsoft Office to LibreOffice. Here we talk about getting free from vendor lock-in. Yeah, we're not talking about zero cost here, but that's not the main message. We say LibreOffice is freeing the Austrian military from vendor lock-in, getting back digital sovereignty, which is a bit of a mixed term, but the idea is that you don't become dependent on single companies in single countries. So sometimes we need to explain that term. But again, look, 42,000 views of this, lots of likes, lots of shares as well. Similar for a tweet earlier in the year about Germany. Things are happening here in Germany with government departments moving to LibreOffice and open standards. So this messaging is becoming more effective and more popular on our social media, in other materials as well. They talk about freedom from vendor lock-in, freedoms in free speech, open source, and the term digital sovereignty as well. And in our marketing, we also become more active in responding to other people, especially journalists as well. So a year and a half ago, Computer Weekly had an article about schools using Microsoft Office, and we replied and said, with a funny emoji produced in LibreOffice, saying, why are schools using the public's money to closed source proprietary lock-in software from a single vendor? So again, here the focus is not so much on price, although to some extent it is with the money, where's the money going, but responding, saying, why are we putting this in schools, closed proprietary lock-in software? And again, you see there lots of shares and lots of likes as well, and 11,000 views, just from a 1-minute response to a magazine, an online computer magazine article. So this is the current marketing activities that we are doing. So as a summary, press releases. We are changing the way we write press releases. Yeah, we used to do quite long press releases, but people's attention spans are shorter. So we're trying to make them shorter and snappier, more bullet points. Again, focusing on privacy, having sections about privacy and data protection as well. But again, give us your feedback. Let us know what you think, what works in your region as well when you're translating. We talk to journalists. We maintain lists of journalists around the world and in specific countries as well, tech journalists. We contact them before new major releases of LibreOffice and send them press kits so they get informed as well. We send them links to videos. Translating marketing materials in various languages is hugely important, and I'll talk more about this in a moment, how you can help out. We work on videos showing new features. The Indonesian community a couple of years ago made some great videos for the new major LibreOffice releases. And we run regular month of LibreOffice campaigns that you've seen, where we encourage people to get involved, especially new contributors, bring them into the community, to turn users into the contributors, as mentioned, from the millions of users, and then stickers and merchandise to give out as well as a bit of a motivation. And this is a chart of the LibreOffice downloads in the last almost 2 years. So you can see the different versions there, from 7.5 up to 25.8 after we changed the version number. So pretty static over the past 2 years. Obviously our goal through marketing is to grow this as well, but that's a good sign anyway. And of course these are just downloads from our website, so Linux distributions that include LibreOffice aren't included here, and we see growth in Linux's desktop market share. So while this graph is pretty stable, maybe a slight trend upwards over time, we can say that the LibreOffice user base is growing as the desktop Linux user share grows, because LibreOffice is pretty much the standard Office suite on desktop Linux. So after this, we have to make some guesstimates, some hopefully informed estimates about how many people use LibreOffice, because we don't track, obviously. And yeah, if people are getting it from other sources, putting it on a USB key and then deploying it on 500 computers, etc., we can't say, and then Linux as well. So, but we think we can say there is LibreOffice is growing, and the number of donations is growing as well due to things we're doing. and the overall growth of LibreOffice. But that's good because then donations help us to do more things and fund events like this and contribute to people to travel as well. We started recently, also as a marketing activity, the LibreOffice podcast. So this is me interviewing different people in the LibreOffice project. So far I've interviewed a few people in TDF, but I want to expand this more as well to everybody, as many people as possible in the community. So we've had 5 episodes of the LibreOffice podcast so far: marketing, QA, documentation, accessibility in design and UX. And recently I recorded an episode with Jonathan, who's actually in the room there, I think I can see Jonathan, about language support in LibreOffice, especially the things like RTL, CJK as well. So these podcasts are useful because people want to see videos, and people like to listen to audio while they're on the move as well. So we generate a lot of text content in the marketing project, but maybe we're a bit old-fashioned there sometimes, and we want to do more videos, audio, short videos, longer videos as well. So if you have any ideas for podcasts that we should do, then let us know, because as mentioned, so far we've done these big topics with people at TDF, but I'm happy to talk to anybody. Maybe we can do a podcast with what the Japanese community is doing. Yeah, I can't speak Japanese, so I would have to do it in English, or you do it in Japanese and we promote it. So let's make more episodes of the podcast, because it's a different way to get the message out, and people find these kind of things engaging. So future activities, what do we plan to do? What do we want to do? What should we do as well? The migrations going on, like in Germany, like in Austria, in other places, we want to do case studies around them, interviews as well. We are planning an interview with the Austrian military about their migration to LibreOffice, and they have funded contributions back to LibreOffice, so we want to showcase that as well. But again, let us know your ideas. If you hear of a migration to LibreOffice that we haven't heard of, because they're happening all over the world, and often they're not announced in a big way by the government or organization or company doing it, then let us know, and we will contact them. But often migrations to LibreOffice are not widely advertised yet. A government or an organization or a company starts a migration, wants to do it quietly at the start before the press comes. They say, oh look, they are dumping Microsoft, and making a big excitement about it. We are working on more involvement at the EU level, like, I don't like the term lobbying, but it's a big part of life, getting them, not for money, but talking to people in the EU, in different international organizations to raise awareness of free and open source software as well. There's some good movements there on the EU level. We are working on new flyers, materials around this topic of digital sovereignty, however we define that, but this is what people are asking us for. Like people like you and people going to events saying, well, we're going to an event where everybody knows what LibreOffice is, we don't need LibreOffice flyers. Flyers talking about the importance of control, data protection, and things. So we say, okay, we can send you some flyers you can put on a table and you can hand out, that actually focus more on this message than, oh, look, a free Office suite, whatever. Yeah, the much deeper topics, some people would say. We plan to expand our social media outreach soon. We are on X and Twitter, although some people argue we should get off that, and I understand that. And similarly, Facebook, we are on Mastodon, we are on Blue Sky, we are on Reddit, but we want to work on an Instagram channel. Your ideas for this would be welcome. Yeah, what can we do with images? Screenshots of an Office suite aren't always the most exciting thing, but I think we can do some stuff there. Should we be on TikTok? What do you think? I don't know. TikTok is huge. I can't really think of ideas how to put LibreOffice on TikTok, so that's my problem then. I'm sure there are ways we can get on there. You know, we need to reach younger people, raise awareness of stuff, so maybe 10-second viral videos to put on TikTok. Let us know your ideas. You have the ideas. Hundreds of people in the community have collectively many more ideas than I have just sitting here. And then fun merchandise for events and campaigns. We recently, earlier in the year, created these LibreOffice beer and coffee mats or coasters for events. And yeah, but let us know what is good. When you go to FOSDEM and other big open source events, you see projects having different items on their tables, badges, little Lego toys, which are very expensive to produce, a 3D printer as well. But as mentioned, we need your help. So we're doing what we can, and we're not perfect, and we sometimes run out of ideas as well. So the more feedback we get and the more ideas, especially local ideas from local communities, is better. So what can we all do together beyond just me sitting here and what Italo does as well? You can translate our press releases and materials into more languages. I know in Japan, there is a very active community translating things from Japanese blog and the Japanese website. But yeah, other people, any other languages that you know or anybody knows, if LibreOffice's website and press releases are not available in those languages, then please yeah, help us to translate them. Also to local level, talk to journalists, talk to politicians, local politicians, send an email, write a letter saying, politely, are you aware of free and open source software? Why are we spending taxpayers' money on Office from company? Yeah, so just a lot of politicians who we know are not particularly technologically aware, so we can politely give them this information. A lot of politicians have no idea about technology and just think, buy something from Microsoft, whatever, problem solved. Let's make them aware about free and open source software. Contact them in your language, things you can do that we can't. Go to universities and give talks about LibreOffice. Universities often have the availability for people from outside to give talks, especially if they're about topics like this as well. So you get a room full of IT students or other interested people and tell them about LibreOffice. Social media. So we maintain the LibreOffice social media in English, and I help out with German a bit, but we want to do more in different languages around the world. Social media, for better or worse, has a huge impact. So if you see a social media channel in a language you know that doesn't exist or is not being maintained, then give us a hand. And tell us what kind of merchandise is popular in your region. I mentioned the LibreOffice ear mats. I'm not sure if you can see me while I was showing my slides, but these are the beer and coffee mats that we have been very popular at different events at FOSDEM, in Germany, in the Czech Republic as well, because stickers, okay, people put them on their laptops, always good to have. Pens are okay, but everybody has pens, and some people complain they're a bit of a waste of materials as well. Yet another stand has pens, but these beer mats are really, really popular. Take a sip of freedom, it says there. So there's a little joke, a little pun on the top. They are colourful, they are recyclable, they're great, but who cares? They're cheap to make. But these have been really popular. But I know they are popular in Europe and in Germany, but maybe in Japan and Indonesia and other countries, you have ideas for other merchandise, very different to what we normally make, that are popular for your events as well. So that's when you can let us know. Let us know what is effective in your regions. let us know who to talk to, or you talk to them as well. This is the best way we can work together. Yeah, so I think my time is up already, but we'll probably take a couple of questions if anybody has questions. I'm not sure how I can get questions unless AL runs up to the camera again with his phone and helps me.
Okay, do you have a couple of questions you have? But I can't see now, yeah.
We could, but we would need, maybe someone would need to type them like in the chat.
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Okay.
can?
You can hear, he can hear. Do you have
I can hear now,
a
right.
point or a question here? No? Okay.
So, Mike, when you were describing the marketing or promotion efforts, some of the things you mentioned are more global, or at least global for people who can read English. But some of them are more not exactly local, but specifically European. So, technically, as an Asian person, not an East Asian person, I have to say that it seems that TDF resources are treating Europe preferentially for promotion efforts, and I think that something that when as we go forward to consider is not just being open to pull requests to do some marketing activity from country or language communities, but also doing push that is out of Europe and specifically in Asia. So reaching out, you or Italo reaching out and consider and asking, can we do this with you? Can, for example, the COP maths or anything like that. So being more proactive with these initiatives, and well, I hope somebody else will like to make a comment about how we can better market. But the one last point is that there are social networks that aren't in English, specifically in Chinese, in Russian, that because of the political situation have kind of separated their social media world from that in English. So we might consider, or you might consider, also creating a presence on one or two of those, even if it's something that's more limited.
Yeah, I think AL is right that obviously the marketing that Italo and I do is more Europe-centric, just because we are here and those are languages we know. It's not like we deliberately choose to ignore other languages. I would love to learn Japanese one day. I tried to learn Japanese 25 years ago. I wanted to go and live in Japan for a while, so I would be happy to be in Japan marketing stuff. So it's not that we ignore anything else, but there is just the two of us from historical reasons, working with the languages we know, which obviously makes it Europe-centric. So yeah, AL is right there. That's the situation. But that's why we say, yeah, let's fund events in other parts of the world as well. We try to do this already, but yeah, maybe we can be even more proactive about it. And yeah, I think that's a point he makes as well about the social media. It's not just saying, well, let's open a Mastodon account for LibreOffice in Thai or Vietnamese or something. But yeah, different countries use different social media platforms anyway, or often different ones are more popular. Look in like Russia, for instance, The Contact, and other countries, sort of historical Soviet sphere tend to use The Contact for social media. So that's important. Often these are things we don't know. So this is when you tell us and say, yeah, in my country we all use this. This is where we should be active, and then yeah, we can help out. We can do what we can. We can give resources, but we need to know so that we don't remain too Europe-centric. Yeah, we have the resources. We are happy to fund things, fund events, get materials out there as well, and to make sure that we are completely global. yeah, I don't want to overrun anybody else's slot though, so yeah, if nobody else has any questions, then I will say thank you, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the conference. I guess it's early evening for you guys, just morning here in Munich, so thanks for listening. Please do get in touch with any ideas that you have. Let us know your feedback. Yeah, anything you want, anything we could do much better. Yeah, but how we can help you is the most important thing, because there are unknown unknowns, things we don't know. So you let us know, tell us, please help us with this, or we need funding. You know, we have the resources. Let's get it out there and work hard together. And thanks to everybody who does contribute in marketing and all the other stuff you do. It's hugely appreciated. So thanks everybody. I wish I was there. I wish I was there with you. Maybe next year. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.